I've been snowboarding all my life, and it's the transition from Iowa hills to Wisconsin hills that really got me. Imagine, you've been born all this time on what you thought was a big hill, and then one of those resorts hit you. I was born on a tiny hill this entire time. Of course, when I see it, I have my doubts. But of course, my cousin is with me, and he's with me, and he's going. It doesn't make any sense.
Is this the humorous part people talk about?
I suppose it could be.
No. This is scary.
You're scared?
He started writing
Keep
You're already at a minute. We're good.
Please be quiet. Of course, when I see it, I have my doubts, but with my cousin. But of course, my cousin is with me, and he's going to get on the lift, so I have to go, otherwise I would never live down being a coward in front of my cousin. Inevitably, I've got to go. So, you know. So, and I missed the chance to get on the lift the first time, so my cousin is 2 lifts in front of me. So I'm waiting, and I didn't notice the halfway drop point, and my cousin gets off, so I'm sitting there freaking out. I'm really high up. Now I'm alone, not even going to be boarding with my cousin, and I'm going to the top of the hill. My first real slope is going to be from the top of a black diamond rated hill, and I'm very nervous. And when I drop off at the top, everyone else is much bigger than me, and they're giving me weird looks like I shouldn't even be there. Great. That only makes me more nervous, and it doesn't help that there are trees everywhere and the snow's blowing in my face. So, I'm waiting at the top to watch someone else go down first, so I might learn something. And so maybe I might be able to have the balls to go down the steep hill. Well, yes. Well, in front of me on the path to the edge of the hill, there are 2 people, and judging by the way they're talking, they know each other, and have gone down before. So one goes down, followed by the other. So I go over to the edge, and before I know it, the first guy hits a tree. And says a few profane words, and the guy behind him stops on the side of the hill and laughs at him a little. Then the guy looks at me and yells, "You gonna go down or just stand there?" Of course, my pride takes over and I go down. Shortly after, I nearly hit the stationary guy and hit the side of a fence and slammed on my back. I just lie there thinking how stupid I was and how I will even make it to the bottom. When that happens, my cousin passes me and stops casually on the side of the hill near some rocks. And he asks me if I need any help. Of course, my pride, what little I have left, still gets the better of me, and I say no. He just smiles and says, "Okay, man, good luck," and then he continues down the side of the hill. I'm still laying down, covered in snow from my wreck, and I'm thinking I should have said yes. I'm cold, not alone. The wind has picked up. I try to stand up, but whenever I do, I fall over and start to slide further to a steep drop, so I lay back down. It's starting to get dark now, and people overhead from the lifts are shouting things like, "Man down," and pointing at me. I give a thumbs up and try to stand up again. This time I started to go sideways and nearly hit a skier. And I hit the edge. I immediately trip into my face and continue to slide downhill, putting my hand forward in a vain attempt to stop. And then I hit a ramp and land on my chest. I immediately swear. When I hit the ground, and once again, people on the lift above are saying, "Are you okay?" Or that's why a kid shouldn't be able to go on the slope. I'm still not even halfway down the damn thing. I'm cold, in pain, it's dark now, and I'm alone except for the occasional border skier that passes by. I'm now laying on the side, wondering why had my cousin even brought me here. I bet he knew how difficult this hill is, and yet he got me to go on it. But at least this time I'm on a flat portion of the slope, so I managed to get my bearings and stand up, only to fall on my butt again. The person passing by saw this apparently, and once again another person asked me if I need help. There it is again, another blow to my pride and self-confidence. I say I'm okay, and he turns his head, then hits a bar and lands on his face. I start to laugh. And the guy gets up and turns off into the park at the split head. This time I get up again. And I manage to stay up, giving me the much needed confidence boost by this point, considering everything else that has happened. And I just go straight down the slope. The only problem being when I start to encounter bumps, apparently, bumps that I'm supposed to go around, then instead I go flying. Even more so since behind them is another part of the hill. The jump was very uncomfortable since at that time I was afraid of heights, and I still am. I crashed and managed to break my right leg on impact at the time. At the time I knew there was a problem, but the force kept me going and I ended up hitting the lift drop off and crashed into a skier. At the halfway point of the hill, my cousin dropped out earlier. And I passed out. It just shows the kind of things your balls can get you into if you decide your pride is more important than your head.
All right. Very good.